Governor, everybody.
Yeah.
Governor Terminator. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Well, I had an interesting day, and after this is over, for those who want to hang around, I'll tell you all everything. But, guys, not just running out of gas. I almost forgot about that. There's a saying, your body doesn't live in the past, so why should your mind? So whatever happened on that freeway, what? Anyway, there's just so much exciting stuff happening today. I met with a couple people that are going to change the direction of Successful Thinkers even more. And just seeing what's happening and all the people around the country, and even when I see what I call a small meeting, you guys all came from all over the place, man. Danny, you're just amazing. I mean, you're just flat out freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Everywhere.
Even all these events, but I believe the Successful Thinkers has a story, and a story worth telling. And even though I tried to get it on television across the nation, not just in Sacramento, we hit every television station in Sacramento, but across the nation, they just didn't see it, they didn't get it. But we're starting to make some noise, and everybody thinks that Successful Thinkers is kind of like a chamber of commerce where you have a chance to mingle and mix. And the reality is that's just the beginning, the foundation of what we've really built. And when you understand, when I say the Successful Thinkers is truly the platform for the American Idol for the entrepreneur, it is. So you understand the layers of what we're about to unfold in only weeks. All of us have a shot at, if you want to call it stardom or whatever. You look at, when you watch American Idol, if those of you, if you all do, which I do, because my wife.
Yeah.
Good cover. We can do that.
But, last year I was watching it with her, and I think it was down to probably the last two shows, and I said, I get it. I see what Successful Thinkers really is. Because right here, if you decide to become an ambassador, which those of you that are, it is your first layer of becoming an American Idol for the entrepreneur, because you are in front of a group of people. Whether the group is, whatever we are here, 10, or it's 150 or 200. I mean, depending on where you go, they get as big as 300. Because you're in front of them, you have a platform to create that believability and credibility. But when we start unfolding the television shows, and when you learn about what we're about to unfold, and Anne-Marie's the only one who even has kind of a clue about what I'm going to tell you later, it's big. And I did a handshake today before coming here that we're going to get this platform that's going to enable us to put as many as 6,000 people on a webinar. So it's pretty crazy.
You got 10?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Gotta start somewhere.
We're going to make it so we can put it on YouTube, on Facebook, on any social media platform, as well as obviously our own, and all of it leads back to our platform. Anyway, guys, I don't know. Is there anybody have any questions about what Successful Thinkers is?
We got two new ladies here.
Okay.
And Todd.
Todd.
And Todd.
Yeah, 3 new ladies.
So obviously the Chamber of Commerce concept obviously is here, but it's free. Okay. The second layer is where we have the online version where we have the platform, which needs to be modified, of course. So everybody on Successful Thinkers is a business owner, unlike Facebook, where you just get about any kind of interesting individual. And then the third pillar is what we call the university, the online and offline university. Originally it was just going to be online, but there is an important reason for having an offline component to this thing, because people like belly to belly. Regardless of how things have all led towards the internet, there's no personality, there's no relationship building. And that leads me to launching Local Business Matters, only one of many television shows that we'll be launching. And before we actually launch the show, because we've got to get the studio built for that, we can bring people into our green studio and do what we call interviews. And if you hang around, I'll show it to you. And it's pretty cool. It's really cool because it gives people an opportunity to have an opportunity to be interviewed on a real television show. Mm-hmm. Everything looks the same as if you're on channel 10, 13, 31, 43, it doesn't matter. And it's a 5-minute interview, and you put that on your website. And so when somebody goes to your website, they're going to see you and being interviewed by a host, which obviously, it gives you credibility. Eventually, when we get the big studio built, we're going to have a radio show. So people come on the show, and it'll be a real room. And if you've ever watched any television where they show the radio shows, you'll sit in the hot tall table with the computers and headset on and the cool looking microphones. We're gonna do that. And that'll be another credibility builder, you know, and we're gonna have a professional photo shoot for everybody that wants to have everything perfect when you get somebody to visit your website, whether it's through your business card or they find you on the internet. And I think that's important because, you know, you look at all these people that are out there telling you need to brand yourself, and they've got their hair spiked, and they got Robert Velarde calls this one guy chicken head. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you're dealing with professionals. You're asking for a lot of money. And is that what you want them to think of you when they go online and see this YouTube picture? Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
And so our goal is to say, go ahead and let the young people do what they're doing. They don't understand that a lot of the people with money don't want that, because first impression is the most important impression. So we're going to take it to the level of professionalism that is absolutely critical. The thing that I did learn when I went to, I became a part of what's called Quantum Leap. And Quantum Leap is all about authors. People are trying to get their books out in the public and get on national exposure. Well, I went to this thing called Publicity Summit back in October. And there was 123 producers there from television, radio, and print. And television was NBC, ABC, CBS. It was every television, national television program you can think of. And then, you know, and Regis and Kelly, producer was there. I mean, just a whole bunch. And the print media was USA Today, Time Magazine, some other magazines, I can't remember them all. Radio, some radio stations. I don't listen to radio, so I don't really know. But the thing that they said is, if you want to be featured on our show, you better be featured locally first. And here's why. Because they want to know that you can be interviewed. Because they don't care about you, they care about their ratings.
Sure.
And they were honest with it. They were blunt. They were harsh with us. They said, we care about ratings. These were the producers that were going to talk to us throughout a 3-day period.
Yeah.
Okay? And we were there 6 days, training for the first 3 days on how to talk to them, and the next 3 days was talking to them. And they gave us 2.5 minutes per person that we put on our list that we wanted to talk to. It was pretty interesting. And they don't pull any punches because they don't have time. They get 100 to 300 emails a day with people saying, you need to feature me. And that you got to catch their attention in the first 3 to 4 words. Whether it's live, on the phone, or an email. Or they ain't going to be, you're just going to get lost in the sea of people. And then you better be good when you're talking to them. And then if they like what they see or hear, they're going to go check you out on a local show. And if you're not on a local show, they're afraid to take a risk on you. Because they don't know if you're going to interview well. Because they cannot afford their ratings to slip. So what Successful Thinkers is saying, with Local Business Matters, we're going to be interviewing people. And I've got about 6 or 7 that are actually online that you can see. You don't need to go through the whole thing. Randy's actually on, Anne-Marie's on one. So we'll do a 5-minute one with a bio, 5-minute one with a primary business and why you should be doing business with you. And here's what's really cool. Let's say you're the web designer, right? And there's a sea of web designers out there. Well, my buddy does that, and he's cheap. Well, you happen to talk to him, you give him your business card, and say, hey, you really ought to check me out, man, make sure I'm the real deal. Not only can he see the cool work that you do, but he might go to his buddy's site and see something cool his buddy didn't even do.
Yeah.
I signed a contract for $45,000 for a guy to do wrought iron work in my house. Okay, you know, wrought iron staircases?
Yeah.
And after he was into the project a month, I had everything ripped out and started all over for another $47,000. Because the guy couldn't do what he said he could do. He could do iron fences. He couldn't do iron curved railings. Anyway, you don't know what you're getting. And so you've got, because the internet is really cool, you can pay somebody like Local Reach, or Reach Local,
Yeah.
Reach Local, and you get up there because you got the money for pay-per-clicks and stuff like that. But what if they can't deliver?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you give somebody your business card, and they just go to your website and it's stagnant, and there ain't nothing about it there that makes any difference with somebody else's, and they go to another guy that's up at the top because he paid for it or he knows how to organically get himself there, and they decide to go with him. I'm in the network marketing industry. I'm not pitching network marketing. I don't do my network marketing business anymore. I live on it because it's a passive income, but I don't pitch it, and everybody who knows me knows that I've never, ever discussed my business. But here's the thing. I've lost out to people that have got themselves elevated on the search engines to the top of the pay-per-click, or because they know how to do things from an organic perspective. And I'm talking to a prospect, a real prospect that's gonna go with me, and then they change their mind and go, well, I found this guy on the internet, he says he's gonna do